For dinner tonight, I'm cooking barbecue ribs, mac and cheese, lemon pepper corn, and homemade rolls. I've been craving ribs all summer. I'm starting by patting them dry and then pulling the membrane off the back. I like to lightly coat mine in liquid smoke, rub it in, then go into the layer of Dijon mustard, which will act as the binder for the seasonings. I'm using Kansas City Weber's Creole, the blend, onion, adobo, and smoked paprika. Generously coat your ribs with that seasoning blend, pat it in real good so it sticks, and repeat on each side. Lay down some foil, line it with butter, honey, and brown sugar, plop your ribs face down and do the same on top. Bake on 275 for 3 hours, and in the meantime I'm going to get started on my rolls. Add 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast and 2 tablespoons of sugar to warm milk and let it sit for 10 minutes. In my mixing bowl I'm adding half a stick of melted butter, 1 egg, a teaspoon of salt, and the yeast mixture. Combine with a dough hook while slowly adding 3 cups of flour, then let it knead for an extra 10 minutes. Knead by hand for 2 minutes, then lightly oil a bowl, plop your dough in and cover for an hour. Punch the air out, cut it into 12 equal pieces, then fold the sides over and over to form a ball and give it a quick roll. Add them to a buttered baking dish, cover for 30 minutes, then bake on 375 for 15 minutes and top with butter. Now that we got some golden brown rolls, it's time to pull the ribs out and make our barbecue sauce. I get so many questions on how I film at my counter if I'm so tall, so I figured I'd show y'all. My kitchen is nothing fancy and we're in a heat wave right now, so this window AC is trying its best. I film every video with my cutting board stacked on books and a radio player, then I have to squat to fit in frame. Anyways, let's make this barbecue sauce, starting with sauteing half a white onion, adding a tube of tomato paste and a tablespoon of roasted garlic paste. Deglaze with half a cup of apple cider vinegar and dilute with half a cup of water. Melt in half a cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of molasses, Worcestershire adobo sauce, seasonings, and honey. This is my favorite way to make barbecue sauce. It's nice and smoky with a little sweetness. Slather that on both sides and throw your ribs back in the oven on 375 for 10 minutes to caramelize the sauce. I just pulled my mac and cheese out of the oven as well, and it's nice and gooey. Lastly, I'm going to whip together this lemon pepper glazed corn. Boil for 5 minutes, char, then make a glaze using butter, lemon juice, garlic paste, honey, lemon pepper seasonings, Creole, adobo, smoked paprika, and parsley. I'm coating my corn in that sauce, and now it's time to plate up. Y'all, I got so sweaty in this kitchen I had to change shirts, but at least this plate is loaded down. The mac is amazing, and I'm actually shocked at how delicious this corn is. These ribs are cooked perfectly, the meat falls right off the bone, it's flavorful, and this goes to show you don't need a grill to make good ribs.